Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, September the 7th, 2021. What a crazy morning. You must have seen the recent downpour of Bitcoin price. At one point, it actually even made it to 42,000, 43,000 before it got quickly pulled back up. But still, lots of people were not ready for a major drop like this. But, especially after so many days of so-called healthy growth, price increase. This kind of rally eventually will have, one or more corrections like what we have seen today, right? And that's why if you're trading futures or any sort of contracts or even spot margins, you should always have a stop loss. I'll repeat, all right? You should always have a stop loss because you never know when something like this will happen. But if you look back at the history of Bitcoin price, this is actually nowhere near rare. It happens pretty often. Well, not as quick and significant like what we just had this morning. We were seeing almost a $10,000 drop at one point from 52 to 42, right? But then still, that's why you should always have a stop loss. If you have your stop loss at this support level, you would have at least skipped this part of the drop. All right. So remember, if you're trading, especially cryptocurrency of any sorts, it's always a good idea to have a stop loss because drops like this happen more often than you thought it would, right? For every drop, there comes a comeback, of course, but it's very, very important to have your stop loss activated at all times. I usually have my stop loss at the previous support, meaning if the current candle bar breaks the current support, the trend is no longer there, right? The trend is no longer there, and I should look for an opportunity to either take the profit or to do a stop loss. So for the most recent, if you're doing on the daily chart, right? I usually don't do it on the daily time frame, but if you're doing a daily time frame, a reasonable stop loss will be at somewhere here, like 51,000, right? If you had a stop loss at 51,000, you would have saved yourself from at least $4,000 of drop, right? This is why it's important. And on the 4-hour time frame, it's similar. Like I would still set at 51,000 because this is where the trend reverses. Like if you see this, the trend goes up, but if you drop below the support resistance line, 51,000, the trend reverses itself, and then now it's a bearish trend because of this crazy downpour of Bitcoin price. All right, and as a result, everything else got dragged down. Ethereum, KMD, every single coin, with the exception of Solana. Solana is unbelievably strong. So at one point, Solana was at 136 196-ish, and it got quickly put back up to 193 just within 2 hours of time. This is unheard of. Like, this is how strong the Solana is a lot stronger than almost every single coin out there, mostly because of the combination between a very, very strong player behind. There has been the major whales pushing Solana's price to go up beyond $200, and also people who have been waiting for Solana to drop in price before they can jump on the bandwagon. But then again, looking at the 1 hour time frame, the trend is not very promising, I would say. But then again, never underestimate the kind of power behind whoever that's being pushing Solana to another bullish run. This price correction could be a very healthy and long-awaited price correction, just because look at where Solana has been coming from, right? Like, if we switch to the daily time frame, it still is almost a straight line coming from $20. Right, this is amazing. Look at that. There's barely a price correction, and this is probably the most amount of correction that we'll be seeing for the foreseeable future. By foreseeable future, I mean probably the next 2-3 weeks. You know how time flies quickly in the crypto world. So 2 weeks is it's equivalent of at least 4 to 5 years in real life. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick market analysis, but then given how we are still in the process of a downpour, and it looks like price is getting consolidated and stabilized at around 46,000. There could be another one, right? You never know. So I would wait for the price to consolidate a little bit more, and if the market chooses the direction, and then it's probably easier or safer to place your bet. But right now, I would just wait. But then the signs I'll be looking for, I will be watching very, very closely, mostly because even though this is what we're looking at right now, we are, however, at a very, very significant daily time frame support. And this is a very, very big major support right here. If the support works, and this is a very good sign, we might be seeing a consolidation here before it goes back up to even higher price point. So my recommendation for today is to watch closely at 46,000, 47,000. If the price starts climbing up, then it'll be a good idea to hop back on to the bandwagon. But right now, I would say just wait for the consolidation to formulate, to complete. The price will need to be consolidated before it can finally pick a direction. Do not go, all in yet. Wait for the market. The market is always right. Don't think that where Bitcoin will be going. I guess in the longer run, like in 5-10 years of time, Bitcoin definitely, if Bitcoin continue to exist, I would believe that the price of Bitcoin will go a lot higher than what it is today. $1 million, $2 million, whatever. But right now, you're looking at right now, right? If you were a daily trader like I am, focus on the current price, and buy the dip. If you want to buy some spot, it's perfectly fine. Just slowly buy up, accumulate your Bitcoin stash, hide it somewhere, pass down to your grandchildren, whatever. But right now, I would just be watching very closely as to where the direction is going. And if you do decide to get in, do remember to set a stop loss. Always have a stop loss. It's much better and much safer that way. Remember, the number one thing for trading anything is to stay alive. If you hedge, if you bet everything that you have and loses everything, which is very likely because you got a 50% chance of losing, how are you gonna, there's no way for it to come back up, right? So always have a stop loss. I'll just be waiting for, so before I go, my trading plan for today would be to just watch where the price goes, and I'll be waiting for either the price goes up here at 47, or if the price makes a little break and goes back up, then this is when I will get in. So I'm just waiting for the price to make something more significant other than just get in right now. But the trend is still a bit bearish. It could be good. Another downpour of Bitcoin price means that you and I can buy Bitcoin at a lower price. So that's always a good thing. All right. I will probably not do other coins. Solana, I will still hold, wait for a more clear sign, because although the bounce back was very, very strong back into 170, 190, but if you bought here, you'll be very sorry right now because it's at 171, right? And if you were to look at the trend, it's still going down. The trend is still bearish, no matter how strong people believe in. It could be hanging on here. So if the price doesn't break 170, 169 for a couple more hours, what I'll do is I'll probably slowly get into Solana. But still, I'll wait for the trend to slow down, or at least formulate itself, consolidate a little bit more before it identifies the trend like this. So that's it. That's it for today, I guess. It looks like we'll have to wait a couple more hours. Just don't jump right into the market thinking that you're gonna make a fortune. Don't mortgage your house. What I'm sharing with you today here in my channel is purely my own opinion of the market and my own trading plan. It's not a investment advice of any sorts. If anything, you should hold on to your hard-earned cash and then wait for Bitcoin to drop even lower. It might. There's a 50% chance that the price might go lower. You never know, right? But there's also 50% chance that the price might go up or stay the same. See? That's how you do proper market analysis. All right. That's it for today. Thank you, folks. I will see you in the afternoon or tomorrow morning. Have a great one.